Hey everybody, welcome to Brad's Gadgets. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make an Excel sheet that fits your needs. Now, one of the biggest things that I get asked at work is, how do I make an Excel sheet? How do you make an Excel sheet? Do you know where to start even? Let's dive right into it and I'll show you where to start and how to craft the page to what's going to suit your needs. So at the top of the screen, you're going to see that we have a file menu, which is our file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review. Underneath that, we have a whole bunch of options, and that's called our ribbon. Once we click on any of these file tabs, you'll see that the ribbon changes options. So it kind of gives us a guide of what we're looking for. Don't be intimidated by all these options because 95% of them we're not going to use today. So first thing we want to do is click on page layout. Then we're going to select orientation. We're going to select whether we want a portrait or a landscape document. Next, we're going to click on size, and that's where we'll select either 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17, or if you have some other custom size in mind. Once you have those selections made, you'll see that Excel puts in this perforated line that kind of gives you an idea of your boundaries of the sheet that you're making. What I like to do is go to the bottom right hand corner of these perforated lines, and I will left click and hold that left click on my mouse. I will drag to the top left, and that will highlight all the cells in this area. Then I'll go back to the home tab, and you'll see that there's this little menu here that allows us to put on borders. If we click on the little arrow pointing downwards right beside it, we can select what kind of border we want. In this example, I'm going to pick thick outside border, and you can see that it's now made a border around my sheet. Second thing we want to do is start learning how to merge and center. So we're still on the home tab, and we're going to highlight a bunch of these cells, and we're going to click merge and center, and that will just put them all together, making bigger cells, almost like building blocks. If we make a mistake, we can hit the undo button at the very top, or we can unmerge those cells as well. So what I like to do is make one big cell at the top, and that's where I'm going to put my title. Underneath that, I'm going to make 3 smaller cells right in a line. Then I'll repeat those steps. Now you can see that I have 3 cells made. Now, if we want to replicate these cells so that we don't have to keep doing this over and over and over and over again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the leftmost of my cell, and I will left click my mouse and drag it to the right, highlighting all the cells that I want to replicate. On the bottom right hand corner of this highlight, you're going to see that there's a little square on the green line. I'm going to put my mouse right over top of it until my cursor turns into a plus symbol. At that point, then I click and hold, and I will drag the mouse down all the way to the bottom of my sheet, and you'll see that Excel will automatically replicate all these merged cells that I wanted. Like magic. So up in the top cell, I'm going to just put in a title. For this example, I'm going to use test, test, test. And on the ribbon, we can see there's lots of options to align our text. We can put in a background fill color. We can change the color of our text. And that's all in the font section of the ribbon. Next, I want to insert some numbers, but I don't want to insert all the numbers all the way down. So I'm just going to select each cell and put a different number, 1, 2, 3, 4 in these cells. Then I'm going to left click and highlight the cells. When I highlight these cells, I'm going to go to the bottom right of the green line that's around them, the little green border, and my mouse is going to turn to a plus symbol again. I'm going to left click, hold my mouse, and drag it to the bottom of the screen. Now Excel sees that I have selected sequential numbers and will continue that sequence all the way to the bottom. Had I only selected number 1, that top cell, and pulled that down, it would have thought that Excel would have thought that I wanted to replicate the 1 and have 1s in all my boxes. But because I selected a sequential bunch of cells, it knew what I wanted. So now let's just say we want to put in a picture. How do we put in a picture or shape or anything like that? I'm going to go over here and merge 4 of these cells together to make one big cell that I'm going to put a picture into. Now if I want to insert the picture, I go to the Insert tab, And you can see that there's another option here that says picture. So once I clicked on picture, my file explorer shows up and I'm going to navigate to where I want the saved picture to be brought in from. So now that it's in my document, I can grab the corner of it, left click, hold, and I can resize it as I need. Now once you've clicked on that picture, you'll see that there's another option in our menu bar called Format. If we click on that, then there's all picture options here now that we can select. For this example, I'm going to show you how to crop a picture. So we're going to have our picture selected. We've gone to the Format tab. On the ribbon, we're going to select Crop. Once we click that once, you'll see that there'll be these little black bars that show up around our picture. From there, we can click and hold our mouse. That's left click and hold our mouse on one of those black bars and move them so we can see what kind of portions of this picture do we want cut out. Once we have those bars exactly where we want them, and in this example, I'm going to take out most of the white that's surrounding this picture, we can just simply click off of it and it'll be cropped exactly how we wanted it. We can just left click and hold and move that picture to where we want it as well. So if we want to save our file, next we're going to go up to the File menu. We're going to click on File. And we're going to go to Save or Save As. If we click on Save As, it will give us the option to choose where we want to save this on our PC and what the file name should be. So we can navigate to where we want to save it. I would always recommend saving it in the section called Documents, because that's where you're going to know where to come back looking for it. And hit that Save button. Now it's saved. After it's done saving, I would recommend going to the top of the document and clicking on the autosave function. That's only available after you've saved this document once. If we want to print the document, we go up to the top left again. We're going to click on File. We're going to click on Print. There we can choose our printer if we have more than one, or if you're connected to a network printer. And we can select any of the printer options, whether you want to print in color or anything like that. That'll be under the printer properties. If you're ready to go as is, just click that print button and your document will print out. So now, just by utilizing what you've already learned, we can create a document such as this. It's great for a report out or a print off if I want to portray certain information, and it's actually really easy to do. So there you have it. Easy to use, easy to start up, easy Excel. Hopefully you learned something from this video. And if you did, I'd appreciate smashing that like button, maybe even the subscribe if you think I earned it. Smash that bell on the bottom right to be notified anytime I upload a new video. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Or if you have any other ideas of anything Excel-based that you want to see next. I know it can be a very intimidating program, but if we take it step by step, you'll learn it very easily. And as always, well, catch you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.